the thing that made, just the icing on top. Shout out to my dog, Kevin Harvick. Went out there and dominated. I don't want to say he just won because that's an understatement. He dominated the Cup Series at Atlanta, man. Atlanta 500, man. This dude, this is what he does. Like when it comes to tracks, right? Everybody got their track. Like, yo, this is their track. Atlanta, he owns that track. I mean, I think he's won in Atlanta 3 times, but the amount of laps he's led, I think it's like something like 1,100 laps he's led on that track, which is just nuts. I mean, even yesterday it was 325. I think it was 325 laps. He probably led 275 of them things. Like, that's insane. He just owns it, man. And just watching him go to work. I mean, the way the track is set up, man, especially like on the side, the bank is really high, right? And traditionally, you want to ride high on this thing. Never want to go low. Never want to go. That's all they kept talking about, man. You stay away from the low because your car will fishtail out. And you'll see as soon as the guys get lower on the track, right, their back starts to fishtail a little bit. They lose the grip. You have to have a lot of skill to drive down there. Harvick, that's the only place he want to stay on the track. Everybody stand up right down low, kicking it, killing it. I mean, it was one time they showed the camera of him inside the car. He up there with one hand. I'm like, oh, you nasty. You little nasty with it. I loved it, man. And then
he was the only car.
Yeah. The other guys that tried it, and they were literally like fishtailing, and then they would get up out of it, man.
Is there something going on like with Jimmy Johnson with Harvick? Then?
Nah, not at all. But this is the thing. So a little backstory, man. They said that was actually the first track that he ever won on. Was there, and the way he likes,
he just got a feel for that. Then,
he likes the way he sets his car up. He likes to have a looser car, so it rides fast, but the back will do it. But he's accustomed to that. Whereas some of the other people, they don't want their car like that, so that's why they like to ride higher.
Damn.
So for him,
they're just not used to it.
They're just not used to it. For him, he's like, this is what I do. So when you look at the history of Harvick at Atlanta, I mean, his success.
Was he the favorite?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
really?
he didn't start like at number one at the pole position, but he's always like the favorite when it comes to Atlanta because that's his track. Yeah. Like, hey, he's gonna do that there. And literally, man, you just watch him the whole race. It's like, dude, he is tearing it up. And then I like the backstory though, because once he won the race, he put the number 3 up for Dale Earnhardt Sr.
I saw that too.
And the whole backstory behind that is that was his first race that he won. But the only reason why he got the opportunity to drive was because Dale Earnhardt Sr. had passed away at Daytona earlier that season. So when Dale Earnhardt passed away, because he was on the same team, that gave him the opportunity to get into the car to start racing at the Cup Series level. And then from there, once he won his first race at Atlanta, he was like, yo, I'm putting the 3 up. So anytime now, he's always like, yo, I won that, but it was because of this. And if he never passed away, I'd never get that opportunity. So it's kind of like paying homage to him. So I was like, yeah, I can respect that, man, because Dale Earnhardt Sr. was a legend. Even if I ain't even watched NASCAR like that back then, and I knew Dale Earnhardt Sr., baby.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that you just associate with NASCAR.
Absolutely,
LeBron
man.
With basketball, Jordan with basketball, Dale Earnhardt NASCAR.
Yeah, man.
Dude, so I was looking some stuff up on it.
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
Not too in-depth or anything,
okay.
It was just an article. But what I will say, because I wanted to ask you about this, are you feeling nerves? Because I'm reading how they're doing, it was like a time check. It was like 2:03, this person takes the lead. Yeah. 2:15, this person takes the lead. And I'm reading this, and I'm getting nervous. I gotta assume, dude, as you're watching this, is it not nerve-wracking?
It's not. It's because this thing is different than like a football
if you
game.
Got a guy, especially if you have Harvick as your guy.
Because it's the thing, it's like on a football game, for example, like you don't really get nerves in the second quarter like you do in the fourth quarter with 2 minutes left and it's a one-score
That's
game.
about it, really.
But in NASCAR, because at any moment somebody can crash, and if they crash, their race is over. Like, if you put money on it, man, it's done. One crash, like, that's all it takes. And you just never know. Or how, like I said with Chase Elliott, how he was leading the final 15 laps. His teammate crashes with 2 laps left. That changes his lead. Now he doesn't have a lead anymore. And he ends up losing the race. Like, so at any moment, you're like, man, okay, I need my guy to make sure he's driving fast, not crashing. But then I got to make sure that nobody else crashes as well. Because then this big lead that he had, because he had a 3-second lead at one point. And it's like, dude, it's the last 20 laps. You're like, bro, like, oh, nobody else, not just you. No, and people, tires are going bad because of how hot the track is and things like that. Man, you're just watching. So literally, it's nerve-wracking because you're like, man, I need him to get to this. And they do it in stages too. So it's like, okay, first stage. All right, it could be 100 laps. Second stage, another 100. You're like, dude, come on, just and you seeing guys crash like it's nothing, man. So, yeah. But it's an exciting time. But at least with Atlanta, it's a bigger track, so you don't have as many crashes as last week. They had the races in Bristol, and it's like, I think it's a half-mile track, so extremely small. So the guys can't even pick up speed the same way on like a track like Atlanta or like a Daytona, where you get up to 200, up in that range. At Bristol, for example, they're getting 160. It's not the same, but because it's so small, it's crashes happen all the time.
Yeah.
Like bad. Yeah. So, I mean, that's the part that's still exciting, because you just never know. And you see the skill associated with it. But then you see like how the crew chiefs are having to, all right, man, well, he's riding a little slow right here. All right, let's change this. Oh, we should change 4 tires here. All right, don't change the tires, change the pressure in the tire. Okay, man, we got to lift it up a little bit, lower it down. Like, it's crazy when you're seeing all the strategy going into it, man.
And I was looking at some NASCAR guys, seeing where the standings are, your guys in the lead. I'm thinking to myself, should I pick a guy here and just try to rival him, and talk some smack?
Yeah.
But NASCAR's not my thing, so I'm actually on board with you. I'm gonna be rooting for Harvick with you.
Respect. It is
from
funny.
Afar, at least.